Let us continue the same discussion here. Finding the largest of three numbers, we are writing the algorithm. Problem here is write an algorithm for finding the largest of three numbers. Largest of three numbers, the name of the algorithm. Read the values of, say, A is one number, B is and C. A, B, C are the numbers we want to find. A will enter the value, B will enter the value, C will enter the value. A, B, C are the three numbers. Out of this, which number is largest, that we have to find, and we are writing the algorithm. So input is read A, comma B, comma C. Step 2. Compare. Here the comparison. Compare first to A and B. And comparing the two numbers A and B. If A is greater than B, say go to step. I have written already step 4. Let us come to that. We are entering three numbers. We are writing comparing A and B. If A is greater than B, it will go to the next step. Next step, that is step number 4. Step 3, that is otherwise. If A is not greater than B, that is here. If otherwise compare B and C. That is, if B is greater than C, then print B is largest. Look here. We are having the inputs A, B, C. Out of these three numbers, A and B are compared. If A is greater than B, go to step 4. Otherwise, if A is not greater than B, compare B and C. In that, if B is greater than C, then here A is not greater, so it is coming here. B is greater than B is largest, print it. Else, if else statement we are going to discuss. If this is not true, then else print C is largest. C is largest. Okay. Then go to step 5. Go to step 4. Step 4 here. Compare A and C. A and B is compared here. B and C is compared. Compare A and C. That is compare A and C. If, here I will write if, better I will write here if, that should be written below. If A is greater than C, then print A is largest. A is largest. Else print C is largest. C is largest. Step 5. End of algorithm. End of algorithm. We'll do it if time permits, that is stop. Okay, this is one algorithm I have written little bit, say having 2 or 3 outputs here. I think it is enough discussion on algorithm. Let us go for what is called as flowchart. I mentioned algorithm and flowchart is a technique of designing a problem. It's one of the steps while solving. We plan for it, we design for it, and the algorithm and flowchart is a technique to design a solution of a problem. So let us go for flowchart. Flowchart. Flowchart, right? This is chart of flow chart. This is chart of flow of logic involved in the problem. Logic involved in the problem. This is defined for an algorithm. Once we get algorithm, we write a flow chart for it. So chart of flow of logic involved in the problem, and it is written for an algorithm. So flowchart can be defined as a diagrammatic or pictorial representation of an algorithm. What is flowchart? Flowchart is nothing but geometrical representation or diagrammatic representation of a given algorithm is called flowchart. So this, it is referred to, it is called as a blueprint. It is referred as the blueprint of an algorithm. It is visual. You have written here the algorithm. It is step by step procedure, and the same thing you are writing in the form of a figure, in the form of a diagram, in the form of a geometrical representation. The same logic here you are representing it. So it is referred as a blueprint of an algorithm. It is visual or geometrical representation of an algorithm. Why this? The people, they go for flowchart. The flowchart is an easy way to understand and analyze the problem. So through the flowchart we can understand very easily the problem and to get its solution. And it is useful technique or aid for a programmer or for a system analyst. One can plan for it and they go for it. These flowcharts, they are not dependent on machine, they are independent of machine. Flowcharts are independent of machine. They are not dependent on machine. There are two types of flowcharts: program flowchart and say system flowchart. We are not going in deep for a system designing and other things. The professionals, they do it. Professional computer engineers, they do it. Here just we are trying to learn one of the influential language in computer science field, that is C. This flowchart makes use of geometrical figures to specify a particular operation, and I will make the table writing here. Okay, geometrical geometrical, say, figure. What it indicates, the name of that geometrical figure and the function of that figure, what it represents. I'll write that, and we are going to use this. Say this is oval, this, or you can write it in a more precise way. Say this is, yeah, this is oval. Its name is oval, and this is to start and stop. When we start a flow chart, we should write this. Okay, this is flow chart. Oval. Say parallelogram. I'll write parallelogram here. This is parallelogram. Parallelogram, what it represents, input and output. Input and output. We'll take one example here, one or two, input and output. This parallelogram is used for sending the input or giving what are the inputs here. We write the inputs here, A, B, C as it is the numbers. Output, A is largest, B is largest, C is largest, that is output. Rectangle. A rectangle, we write it as rectangle. Say, this is for processing. Processing a particular task, finding the area of a circle, triangle, finding the, say, side of a triangle and so on. Diamond. This is a diamond. Here I'll write it is diamond. And diamond is used for decision making. D-E-C-I-S-I-O-N, decision making. Yes or no. I'll rub this above one. First one. First two I'll rub it. Okay. And then we use this arrows. Say here. This is for connection. Arrow for connection, one step to another step. Connection from one figure to another. Say small circle. Small circle. Small circle. What it indicates? Circle. Say continuation. So if your flowchart is half on one page, it will be continued on the other page. The last here, hexagon. These are some geometrical figures we are using. Hexagon. That is for a looping or for repetition. R-E-P-E-T-I-A-I-O-N, repetition. Let us take one or two examples here to write the flow chart. We'll take the same example which we have written algorithm. We'll take the same example. It will be clear for you once I upload. Today evening I will upload the notes so far. Draw the flow chart to find the area of circle. Draw the flow chart Example number 1. Flowchart. To find area of a circle. Fine. So I am writing the flow chart. Already we have written what is called as algorithm for this problem. I will draw this oval. This is, and this is star. I will write star. Either you can write capital or small, that makes no difference. The next step here, arrow indicates that connection. I'll write here, say, parallelogram. And inside this, I'll write read the radius. Means input is radius here. Read the radius. And then next step which we have written is find the area, that is processing. Area is equal to 3.142 into, say, radius into radius. Okay, this is. Next step, we have to give the connection for this. Why I am doing this? This will help us in getting some good marks when we do the practicals, and you will have to write in the journal also. I'll write here one more parallelogram. That is, I said it is for input, here is output. Print area. Print area. You can take any problem and do this. And then last one is this. We'll have this a oval. Right. This is stop. This is simple flow chart of finding the area of a circle. Let us go for another one. That is, we have written this flow chart. We'll find the largest of three numbers. Draw the flow chart. Draw the flow chart to find the largest of three numbers. I'll write largest of three numbers of flowchart. Flowchart. See, I'll draw the oval here. This is start. I'll write in small, no problem. Then I have this next connection. I have to draw the arrows. I will draw the rectangle, means parallelogram. That is, read A, number B, number C, that is input. And then I'll come to this little more here. I'll draw the diamond here, that is decision making. Fine, diamond. Is, I'll write a question, decision making. Is A greater than B? A question mark. If it is true, it will go to this. Say true. If it is true, go to this. Okay. Then I'll write here one more. Say diamond. Is A than C, a question mark. If it is true, we'll write here print A is largest. This is print, I'll take this, print A is largest. Okay, I'll write here. Hope you understand. Thus, A is largest. Say false. Okay. We'll come to this side. I'll take one more diamond here. This is question mark. B is greater than C, a question mark. If it is true, say true. This goes. If it is false, comes here. False. Okay. If it is true, then this goes to print. Say B is the largest. Print B is largest. If it is false, print C is largest. I'll write it here. Print C is largest. And then stop. This is, we'll have this. Stop. Look at this. We are finding the largest of three numbers. We have given three inputs A and B. We have written this step in step 2 in algorithm. Compare A and B. Is A greater than B? There are two things. If it is true, compare B with C. If it is false, C is largest. If it is true, B is largest. If it is A is greater than B, we are asking to go for another step, that is compare A with C. And if A is greater than C, if it is true, A is largest. False, C is largest. So it is quite possible A, B or C. Among this, A may be greater, B may be greater, C may be greater, depending upon the values of A and B. I think I have completed this. You can take many more examples, no doubt on this. When you come for the practicals, I don't know when you are coming. It is not in our hand. It is purely a government's decision now. So we are including one practical, and every year we are doing it. And I think this time I have started with this additional information which I have given. When I take the next class of yours, we'll start the actual syllabus. Thank you.